What's good, everybody? It is Tuesday, June 13th, 2023. This is your daily, and I will repeat, daily sports betting brand of record. We call it the Early Edge. We're powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it is not close. Now, I say this all the time, that in June, when other brands and other shows are taking time off, they're in meetings, we're here multiple times a day. And when that happens, you could have a bunch of good days in a row, like we did, like we have. And you're going to have a bad day when you're invested in the NBA Finals and none of the props hit. Yesterday, not a good day at the brand. But if you preach money management like we do, then a bad day should not affect you at all when you have 7, 8 good days in a row. But that was yesterday. Today, we're all over CBS Sports HQ. My crew is everywhere. Write it down at 6 p.m. Eastern time on SportsLine. Mike McClure, M Squared, AB, our 5-tool player, and Zack Attack. Then at 8, we're talking live betting. We're talking live in-game with the NHL Stanley Cup final with AB and Zack. Just download the CBS Sports app, and it's right there, CBS Sports HQ. Now, you know it's Tuesday, and it's the third major of the year. There's only one show that you need to watch. It's called The Early Wedge. Today, live, 3 p.m. Eastern. Myself, the counselor, Patrick McDonald, and back by popular demand, the great Steve Scott. And he will educate you on a course that not a lot of people know, including the players. It's a blank slate this week. We got you covered top to bottom, left to right, today on the Early Wedge at 3 p.m. Eastern time. But this is about the here and the now. And you know I bring in my absolute very best. In addition to never taking a day off, my stars always show up 12 months a year. Zack Attack is here. Mikey B is here. M Squared is here. And we got to jump right in because I said it, Mike McClure. I said it. There is another Stanley Cup final tonight. We have no more basketball. Tip of the cap to the Denver Nuggets. Ugly game, but they got it done. Now, will this series end tonight as well? It's 3-1 Vegas. You see the numbers? Mikey, what are we doing?
Yeah, look, this series is very much over, in my opinion here. I think Vegas is going to wrap this up tonight. I'm not going to pay that minus 190 on it. I will take a shot on them, however, though, on the 60-minute line. Play them to win in regulation here. I think they're the better team. They've been really, really good in 5-on-5 situations here. Whenever they're able to earn those power play opportunities, though, on their home ice, they've been able to convert them in this particular series. I think that Florida is tired here at this point. I think they're a fine team. They've overperformed, much like the Miami Heat did in the NBA here, but I think that they're overmatched. I think that Vegas is the team that has the depth, and I think that that's showing here at this point. Now you get them on home ice. I think this is all Vegas Golden Knights here in this game.
Yeah, I have a feeling you are right. When you are not playing inspired hockey and you're fighting that home ice advantage by Vegas, it kind of feels like this series is over. Mikey, as always, thank you very much. Looky, who's in the chat this morning? Our main man, Bucket. Now, he had an X yesterday, and I hate to give this out, he did text me a winning pick to myself, but I don't know if he gave it out to the masses. Very selfish, I thought, by Buckets. But I cashed. If you have any questions, there's a very light soccer schedule today. Very light. You have any questions for him? Put them in the chat. He will answer them in real time. And if you want to ask him why he didn't give out River Plate or River Plate or River Plot, go ahead and ask him. I'm sure he'd love to tell you. Now, as I mentioned, the Early Edge is taking over CBS Sports HQ, but I want you to take a little look about what it's really all about.
Get breaking news.
Big news coming out of the NFL today.
Highlights and instant reaction.
The largest final round comeback in tour championship history. We're down to the final four.
I just want to take time to analyze greatness.
Talk winners and losers with a guy who's already a big winner. CBS Sports HQ. It's all sports all day long.
NA says, Coach, you don't subscribe to Bucket's Patreon? No, I don't subscribe to Bucket's Patreon. I'm not spending $5. Although you would have cashed yesterday if you did. That's all I'm saying. Now, we are working on a graphic as we speak, but it is officially changed to Chiefs Dog of the Day. And it just sounds better. It just rolls off the tongue. And so, M Squared, we got to come to you. You're the one that, once again, naming segments. It's just simply what you do. So today, here's the dogs. Yankees plus 130. Guardians plus 130. Angels plus 115 last night. Shohei and Buckets predicted it. He went yard not once, but twice last night. And you best believe the texts were flying as he was bragging about Shohei Ohtani hitting a home run yesterday. So, Mikey, of these three dogs, where are we going?
We are going to the Angels. I like them in this spot a little bit here. When you look at the pitching matchup here, Cody Bradford, the lefty here, the Angels hit left-handed pitching well. That's definitely where I want to attack them, especially when you give them a good hitting environment overall like we're going to see here. Roof certainly will be closed today with the weather forecast. However, I do like the spot overall. I think that this one should be a little bit closer to a pick-em considering the pitching matchup here. You got the lineup. You got to navigate the top of that Angels lineup. It is a little more healthy now at this point. I like them against left-handed pitching. I'll take the Angels here.
They have been really, really good late. The bats are starting to wake up. Last night, they were down big. Came back and won 9-6, scored 15 runs. That's very important. Now, Zack, I've made you wait there long enough. Chiefs dog of the day. Where are you going?
I'm going to go with the first team there and grab the Yankees plus 130. I know Luis Severino, he struggled his last two starts, allowing three home runs in both starts. But the Mets right now, they cannot buy a win. They've lost 8 of their past 9. You look at Max Scherzer. He's coming off an outing where he allowed a season-high 11 hits. And this is the Yankees team. Both the Yankees and Mets were off yesterday, and the Yankees team that struggled at the plate their last 4 games, 3 runs or under. So I think they can have a big game at the plate. Yankees plus 130.
I love that pick, too. I really, really do. I like the Yankees and the Angels today. So, Mikey B, you've heard the other two. Where are you leaning, sir?
Yeah, I'm going with M squared, and I'm taking the Angels. It's a tough break for the Rangers. John Gray was supposed to start today. He's been awesome, but he was scratched with that blister issue. So you have a 12-inning game, and then you lose your starter for the next game. So their pitching staff's going to be in trouble. You mentioned Ohtani. He is on a 9-game hitting streak. He's hitting .459 with 5 home runs and 4 doubles during that hitting streak. He can carry a team when he's hot. He is right now. So I'll take the Angels at the plus odds.
I saw a stat with him this morning with his home runs and then where he ranks in the pitching as well. I mean, this is historic stuff, what he's doing. Historic stuff. All right. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that pitching change because that will lead into one of my plays today. Yes, you're going to cash with the coach. You know, I don't do it every day, but I got picks today along with my 3 incredible cappers. But before we do that, we got to hear from one more of our incredible sponsors.
Absolutely magisterial here.
Artilharia do Campeonato Brasileiro. Colpisce ancora. Golazo.
Can't wait to see buckets on Galazzo and Zack on All right, we'll keep it right there. We'll let buckets do the soccer. All right, now, whenever we have a subpar day, let's call it that, we don't have time to wallow in it because we're here every single day. That's the beauty of this business and what we do and how we do it. So, Zack Attack, I'm looking this morning, and I see a play that I absolutely love that plays into one of mine. So, please, sir, start us off.
Yes, Coach, and I'm kind of upset. I rushed the putting this play up on the site, lost a half a run, but it's now up to 8. So as Mike says, you can get the push condition potentially here on the under 8 runs in the Brewers and Twins. You look at the Milwaukee Brewers, they are coming off being the first team being swept this season by the Oakland A's. So you know they're going to be a little rusty. Now they're heading on the road after a day off Monday. I think it's a great spot for a Minnesota Twins first-year pitcher, Pablo Lopez, to settle back in at home where he has a home ERA of 6.11. Then you look at Corbin Burns on the opposite side for the Milwaukee Brewers. He is dealing right now. His last 2 starts, he has only allowed 2 hits each. He's coming off his deepest outing of the season where he pitched 8 innings against the Baltimore Orioles. I don't like that I didn't get it at 8 on the site, but I like it now for the early edge. I'll take the under 8 runs.
You're damn right. We like it now. By the way, speaking of hit the like button for me. You guys are getting so lazy. We do all the work for you. You're getting so lazy. When you come in, you log in, hit the like button, and then start talking. Why do I have to tell you that every single day? Now, Zack Attack just mentioned Corbin Burns, and he has been on fire, which Mikey B means if that continues tonight, he could have a lot of what?
Strikeouts. So let's go Corbin Burns over 6.5 strikeouts at -154 on FanDuel. He has a career strikeout rate of just over 31%. So it was pretty weird this season. He had 5 or fewer strikeouts in 6 of his first 7 starts. He has quickly righted the ship He has at least 7 of them in 5 of his last 6. Why I really like the over here, the Twins have struck out the most times in baseball and by a wide margin. So we'll take Burns over 6.5 strikeouts. And then we'll head to the Dodgers game. We'll do Mookie Betts over 1.5 hits, run, and RBI at minus 140. He's facing Lance Lynn, who's been bad, 6.72 ERA and a 1.56 whip. Now, Betts has at least 2 combined hits, runs, and RBI in 18 of his last 22 games. And what I really like here is this game is at home. This season, Betts is batting .324 with a .421 on base and a .657 slugging percentage at home. I think the Dodgers put up a lot of runs, and Betts is right in the middle of it.
It's at home, and it's also late. It's the last game on the slate tonight at 10:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Mikey B, as always, thank you very much. Zach, quick question for you from the chat. Mark says, would you take the first 5 under in the same game?
I like it for the full game. It is a low total, but I like it for the full game. I didn't really assess the first 5, honestly.
Okay. Very honest. We're transparent. That's what we do. That's what we do. Now, Zach and Mikey B, the reason I went in that order, because it flows right into mine. I've got 3 big plays today. And I'm going to start with the Brewers on the money line. They're plus money. And the only reason they're plus money is because Corbin Burns started off badly. But you heard Zach, the last 2 outings, 2 hits each time. I'm going to take the Brewers, who just got swept by the A's, which means they're motivated. They're laser focused. I love them tonight as underdogs. The run line is way too juicy, like minus 200 or something. Don't like that, but I like them on the money line. Then Angels Rangers. We already heard about that game. The starter is scratched. Last night, they scored 15 runs. They each used 6 pitchers last night. Their bullpens are toast. There's going to be some relievers that just have to go longer than they want. I love the over 9.5 in that game. And then finally, how is this a line? The Diamondbacks plus 1.5, minus 142. They won 6 games in a row. Zach Wheeler is the reason that this line is where it is. They're backing them big time. But basically, Davies and Wheelers are the same pitchers. They've had really, really good outings. They've had subpar outings. I'm willing to bet on the Diamondbacks at home, getting a 1.5 that they will cover. And the juice really isn't that bad at minus 142. So I love all 3 of my plays today. But there is a team that is really, really hitting. And last night, they didn't, which means today should be a bounce back. M squared, you're up.
We're looking at the Cincinnati Reds here, Coach. I like the minus 105. When I look at the computer number here, I have them winning 55% of the time. That translates to a line of minus 122. A lot of this is picking on Jordan Lyles. So at this point in his career, he is what he is. It's what the Royals are at this point here. He's got a 91-mile-per-hour fastball. It's exactly league average in terms of vertical and horizontal movement, meaning it's not going to be terribly hard to hit. That is evident by his home run struggles. He started 13 games this season, allowed a home run in 10 of them. 7 of those 13, he's had multiple home runs hit against him. He's had a home run hit on every single pitch that he throws. When you look across his pitch arsenal, every pitch that he throws has been hit for a home run this season. Now, the Reds, this team is actually middle of the pack in terms of weighted on base average against right-handed pitching. When you look over the last 2 weeks, they're a top 10 team in Major League Baseball right now. Now you give them a guaranteed 9th-inning team at bat on the road against a team that's not a quality starting pitcher, not a quality bullpen, not a team that's really going to win a lot of games. I like this spot. It's not a great pitching matchup for them, admittedly, but they are the better team here, and they will be able to pick on Lyles. Giving me 9 innings here, I like the Reds minus 105.
I love the Reds minus 105. They didn't even hit well last night. They still won 5-4 over the Royals, who are just terrible. Just terrible. Mikey, as always, thank you very much. Somebody's asking me a first run score in my game, the Diamondbacks. I told you the pitchers have been very, very up and down, so I would not play that because I don't know how they're going to start tonight. They've been very, very up and down, so stay away from that bet. Gentlemen, as always, stellar. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap courtesy of the Snake. And remember, we have a second show today, Early Edge and 5 at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. M squared Reds, money line, minus 105. Zack Attack, he's on the Brewers Twins under 8, says stay away from the first 5. Then Mikey B, Corbin Burns over 6.5 Ks. He's been dynamic, a little juicy, but sometimes, Mike, the juice
is worth the squeeze.
You're damn right it is, and today is one of those days. And Mookie Betts over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, minus 140. Then if you're going to cash with me, you're going to cash with these three. Brewers on the money line. I love Corbin Burnes today, especially after getting swept by the A's. It's a bounce-back spot. Angels, Rangers, over 9.5. They have no pitchers left. 0. Let's go probably another 15, 16 runs. Then Diamondbacks on the run line. I'm getting it at this number. Stop it. Plus 1.5, minus 142. And do not forget, early wedge today at 3 p.m. Eastern time with Steve Scott, Patrick McDonald, and the counselor, Sia Nejad, and myself. This is the third most important week of the year. It's a course that nobody knows. You absolutely need to be hashtag educated and entertained, and we will do that later today. But as always, pay it forward, keep it positive, and remember, money management. This is a hard business. It's hard to do. Stay under control. And with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love up, Zack Attack, Mikey B, M Squared, and the Snake. Always on the ones and the twos. I am simply the coach trying to keep this train on the track. It's not always easy, but we grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.